Game one in the books. We're live. Let's get into it.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah. UConn, baby. Home of the champions. Let's go.
Welcome to the Hoops Cap live. Game one in the books and a lot to feel good about. A couple things, maybe not so much. UConn handled their business, and we're going to talk about how they controlled the glass. When we saw a real pop, Alex Kierman with a workman-like double-double, 19 and 10, solos, momentum. Didn't shoot the ball that well, but I love the shots he took. Those will definitely fall. Jalen Stewart set the tone early and kind of kept consistently looking good throughout the game. Offensively, there were stretches where there were spacing and cuts and pace looked exactly like you want in November, and even where you want them in March. But look, I'm optimistic. Was it a perfect game? No. But I'm going to be honest. There's still a lot of polish needed at the point of attack. A few too many straight line drives on defense, and really just some late clock possessions they'll probably want back. Those are fixable reps, and the cleaner they get with that time with film, Terrace back in the mix, because we all know he's a game changer. And for how this team is set up, how this team wants him to protect the rim, but also how he is essentially a space eater. He also has the footwork to play out on the perimeter, as we saw last year against Villanova and Eric Dixon and in the Hartford Civic Center. I'm going to still call it the Hartford Civic Center. No disrespect to People's Bank Arena. Big picture, the foundation looks really strong. The effort is still very, very good. A much different team than they had last year. I think what we suffer from, in particular myself, is the 2 years after the dark times under Dan Hurley. I think it's really kind of, I want to say, skewed kind of what we see on the court. But the reality is like, look, I don't think it's ever going to be as good as it was in 23-24. It just isn't. It's going to be different. I think that there's an opportunity for them to obviously, dominate the way they did in that fashion, but it just takes a special set of circumstances. And I really think that this team has that chance. Will it get there? I don't know. See if I can get my screen to, there we go. That's the look I was headed for. I took some notes, all the way through. It's I'm also exhausted because I've been working all morning because we had like 5 or 6 shows on the network this morning. But that's not what you care about. Tonight's show is presented by the law offices of James E. Sulik, experienced criminal and personal injury attorneys, serving clients all through Connecticut. Call 860-644-4700 or visit jamesesuliklaw.com. And remember, if you're a business that's listening to this, or you own a business and you're like, oh man, I didn't know we had this podcast. Really cool. A minimum of 25% of our sponsorship revenue supports the Alliance of Boys and Girls Clubs of Connecticut. This is the pitch. If you have a sponsorship opportunity and you're like, you know what, I really can't afford to give you like $10,000 to do the whole season, or even $1,000 to do the month, whatever you can give us, we take 25% of that and we put it towards the Boys and Girls Club. So it all counts, it all adds up, and that's basically how we're trying to run this. Hit like, subscribe to the Big East Energy Network, Hoops Cap Live. Drop your questions in the chat. Let's break down what we learned and what's next. Look, I think the first half, if we kind of break it down from the beginning, I still really not a consistent outside shooting flow. And maybe that's just early on in the season. Maybe that will change. We'll see what happens. I think for me, offense looked great at times. I need better end of shot clock execution. Had that same issue last year, but we have guys that are absolutely capable of being more assertive, and I think you'll see it over time. I think Silas is absolutely playing deferential at this point because he's a vet. but he's also not going to come in and where there's an established hierarchy of Alex Caravan, where there's established, established players like Solo and even Jay Stu to a certain extent, Terrace, who didn't play, and kind of take over. But I would like him to be a little more assertive. I thought he played well. Solo did not play great in the first half in terms of shooting, but I thought his defensive effort was there. But also, my concern, if there was one concern from this entire game, is still continually getting beat off the ball on defense. Not just Solo, Silas, Jay Ross at times, not Jay Stu. I thought Jay Stu played pretty solid floor game today. Alex getting bullied underneath the post, even Eric getting bullied a little bit. And this is New Haven. And this is not a shot at New Haven. This is a team that is making the leap from Division II to Division I. The one thing I want you to caution about not losing your mind about that is you still have an opportunity to go transfer portal and get guys in that have a lot to prove. There were kids on that floor that live in the state of Connecticut that probably wanted to show that they deserve to be on that floor. And so they probably played a little above their heads, probably treeing a little bit. If you don't know what that means, treeing is, you're playing in the trees. You're playing head and playing head and shoulders above where you probably would have played on like a regular day. But again, I think the coach of New Haven, whose name escapes me, I think it's Ted. I can't think of his last name. Been there for 16 years. I thought he coached a hell of a game, man. Like, you have to think about what that is like going against UConn and getting these kids ready to play and not feeling like it was too big for them. One hell of a coaching job. They brought Eric away from the rim to keep him away from it. They were able to get to the rim at certain times pretty effortlessly. I thought that was interesting. In the second half, offensive flow looked a little better. Looked really good at times, especially early in the half. Team played more assertively overall. Jay Stu stood out to me in the second half. Major impact tonight. Can he sustain that? I've had my doubts, but I'm hopeful. Strong scoring burst at the under 16 timeout. Solo in a 6-0 run and took over defensively. Team energy peaked during that stretch. Disliked the fouling a little bit at the end of the run. Credit to New Haven for really never backing down. There's a couple. This trio, it really impressed me. From the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut, home of Chris Smith, the all-time leading scorer of UConn. Nahimi George, I thought he was great, number 23. Also, Andre Pasha, the center, I thought played really well. Madison Adelier was like 6 of 9. I think they just got tired. I think it's a nice trio to compete in the NEC. The defense and the concerns I have is still some twitchy, overreactive defensive possessions and like tendencies that they have. Solo remains streaky, absolutely can take over games, and then he kind of just falls back into old habits. Still, they just still get bullied physically. That's my biggest concern is how they get bodied up defensively, and it's not just one guy. You can't pick on one guy on this, and so that's my concern moving forward. I still think it's too early to know how the rotation and the chemistry will look. I thought Terrace will absolutely be a game changer. I'm surprised he didn't play. Maybe that injury is a little bit more serious than they're letting on. And I also think that there's also a part of me that is probably a little alarmist. So UConn 79, New Haven 55. UConn shot 48% from the floor. Freaking New Haven still shot 44%. Wow. UConn only shot 35% from 3, 8 of 23. They held UNH to 21% from the three-point line. Shot it well from the free throw line. That's good to see. Plus 11 on the free throw line. Didn't foul a ton. Still a little bit. I just hope they don't have an issue with fouls this year. That's my biggest issue, right? Assist to turnover ratio 11 to 12, not great. For UConn, so they're -1 there. Let's look at the positives. Alex was 19 points, 10 rebounds, 3 of 4 from 3. So for those of you who are like, oh, Alex is having he can't shoot threes. Well, 3 of 4 tonight, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 6 of 10 from the floor. I thought he played great. Solo did not shoot well, but he was perfect from the line, had 3 blocks, 3 steals. Jay Stu, 11 points, 8 rebounds. Silas Demery, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Ryba didn't miss a shot, had a block shot. kind of didn't play as much because I feel like they were taking advantage of essentially his inability to handle the different sets that they were going with. Let's take this hat off. It's hot. Woo. Show my bald head. So I want to talk about Dwayne Caroma. I don't think that his impact can be talked about enough. In particular, there was a moment where he was in pick and roll action with Silas, and Silas kind of, was kind of reading what he was doing, and he slipped. And that little action off of that as he was driving to the hoop, because the defense is put into the situation of like paralysis by analysis. Like, do I read? Do I go at Silas? And then they drop it up for Dwayne for an alley-oop or a drop down pass. I really was impressed by those little actions that don't show up in the scoring sheet, because guess what? That was a bucket for Silas. So like, if you're not paying attention to that, just watch how Dwayne slips to the basket. If there's one complaint I have about Dwayne, and I know that Dan is probably saying it to him, yelling in his ear, go strong, man. You're so big and strong. You have these huge, big shoulders, broad shoulders. Get after it, man. Get up and dunk on some people. Go up and finish strong. Play through contact. I thought, Jay Ross brought enough juice today. Got a nice weak side block. Jay Stu had a big weak side block. Alec Blander hit a three in the first half. Missed another one in the first. But I think it was a good game. I can just tell by the lack of people in the chat and the lack of people watching that this game was kind of a clunker. And maybe I'm doing it too soon after, and people are driving home and don't have time to figure it out. But at the same time, I'm gonna jump off. Like, this is a very short little live reaction. I just want to let you guys know that I will be on every live reaction. We're gonna have some guests. What's up, my guy? Absolutely. Been a while. Appreciate you, my guy. If you ever want to jump on the show, feel free to let me know, and I'll drop a link in the chat. I think it's going to be a great year. The Big East is looking good. I think everybody won so far. Trust your fingers. Go drink a cup of coffee, and let's get Villanova a win over BYU, and let's make a statement that this conference is going to be a force to be reckoned with. But yeah, this is going to be a quick one. My wife has worked all day. I worked all day. The kids are asleep, which is good. But I guarantee you, if I decide to push this a little longer past, I've only been on for 12 minutes. But I don't have anything else to say about this game. They were okay. The team they played was not that good. I'm looking forward to just getting through these next two bye games unscathed. Get these injured players back. This is a great point right here by Eric Hofer. So I hope I'm saying your name right. Get the injured players back. Feel good about the team. And again, offense is going to come. This is something I've learned from coaches over the years. Defense travels. If your defense plays well, you have games where offensively maybe you don't shoot it as well. We'll be okay. You have capable players. They have guys that can shoot it. So far, no Braylon Mullins, no Terrace, no Jacob Furphy. You get those three guys back, in particular with Braylon and Terrace. There's two of your big-time starters. You're the Big East freshman of the year and potentially an all Big East performer. So I'm not concerned. No one should be. If it becomes a habit, then we'll talk about it on the show. Who said this? You thought I wasn't getting on? What does that mean? I always do a live reaction show, dude. Like, unless one of my kids is sick or my wife is out of town or something like that. Like, I'm always down to come on here and chop it up. But there's not as many people in the chat, so it is what it is. All right. How, Emmanuel? You want to come on real quick? You want to jump on really quick and talk about the the seats and all that stuff that was going on? You don't have to show your face. You can just jump on audio. Let me know. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I'll stay on for a few more minutes if anyone wants to do that. That's the link. You can jump on. I'm on a couple different platforms, so I apologize if it jumped on twice. Yeah, man, it's a great point. No, Emmanuel, if you hit that link, you want to jump on the show, you can. Oh, there he is. Oh, Nate's here. You need to connect your microphone, Nate, or else I can't put you on. Let's see. Yeah, New Haven looked really solid for a brand new D1 team. I agree. I think it's the coaching, my guy. Like, honestly, it's that guy's been there for 16 years, got a bunch of guys in, and I thought it was a really good performance. So, all right, Manny, what you got?
So, good to see you again, bro.
You too, man.
I don't know how much you know about UNH, but I actually live in New Haven, and
Live there too. Go ahead, talk to me.
yeah, UNH just got D1. Like,
Yeah.
it's not so. Most of them seats are people who have season tickets. My dad has season tickets. You know, he's there. So I just got on. So if you're talking about the open seats or the clear seats,
No, I was talking about like, did you? So wait, are you saying that you were you were there supporting UNH, or are you there supporting UConn?
I was making fun of people in my town today. It's UConn, so you know that's not. I'm from New Haven. I grew up in New Haven and in the hood and streets, all that extra stuff. But it
Not here.
it's UNH, so it's basically a D2 team playing us. And
Yeah, but Manny, like, you have to remember, like, the way transfer portal stuff is now. It's not like these guys have to sit out. Like, do you know how many people? They said this on the broadcast, and I did a little research on this. Do you know that they got 21 guys on that team because they were 15 are only eligible to play, but they're able to add so many guys to that roster. So it's like they have a bunch of JUCO kids. I mean, they had that kid from Bridgeport looked nice tonight. Like, I mean, sometimes you
no,
play above your heads.
I'm not talking about. First of all, I didn't know how many players were, but when the game started, I saw the bench and I was like, okay, there's 5 guys on the court. There's 5 guys who played, and then there's another 15. It looks like extending the bench. So I didn't, I didn't know how many. I didn't know it was 20, but I knew it was more than 12.
Yeah.
So
They I mean, now the new rules is you can have 15 active players. So I mean, UConn has a minus the 3 injured guys. They had 12 guys on their bench. So yeah, man.
I would say I would say 2 injured guys, but that's a whole nother.
Oh, you think Terrace isn't injured?
No, I know Terrace is fine, and
I know.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, no, today we're working on our sets. We gotta. It's not muscle memory. I was talking to my dad who was at the game. I'm like, yo, we're running through our sets. The point guards got to get acclimated. The motion we run, the sets we have. It was just about. I wasn't happy. We missed too many open shots. And then
Yep.
the fouls continued from last year.
The foul wasn't bad tonight, dude. Like, there really wasn't. I mean,
it started bad. It got better as the game went on, but the first 5 to 10 minutes, it was. And I think Hurley had to take one of them timeouts, I'm guessing, and be like, "Yo, look, we're pressing, but we can't be too over aggressive because it's." They said it during the Michigan State game, Michigan State game, that it's looking a little more NBA like this year, and I don't know if that's going to continue.
We'll see, man. I appreciate you jumping on for a minute. I'm gonna go to my guy Joey, who is at the game, and then I'm gonna jump off because I said 5 minutes ago I was gonna leave, but now I got people that want to chat, so I'm gonna stick around.
Nah, bro. I literally I appreciate you every time, but I looked like 10 minutes ago and it didn't have like a schedule or anything, so I went to the bathroom, came back, and then we're about to lay down, and I saw you were on. I was like, let me hop on again.
I appreciate you, brother, always.
Have a good one, bud. Good seeing you.
All right, man. Take care. Joey, what's up, dude? Hey, Bail Bonds, you there? I hear Joey. I hope he's not.
No.
Hey, man, you here?
Son of a bitch. Hello.
Dude, just talk. You're in the audio. It's okay. Just talk. All right, Joey's. I'm gonna mute Joey because he's having technical difficulties. You want to talk audio, or you? No, you gonna talk, or you just don't worry about your camera. All right, Joey.
Hello,
dude. We hear you. All right. I don't know what's going on with Joey. All good. I appreciate you guys.
I'm done.
I'm going to give it a oh, are you back? No? All right, boys and girls. Being down 3 players, I thought New Haven looked really good. I thought UConn played a so-so game, and your boy is going to go and make sure his wife doesn't want to leave him. And I had a great time watching the game. College basketball's back, guys. That's all I have to say. That's the most important thing about all this is now we have games to focus on. It's going to be a fun year. Just go along for the ride. Let's see what happens. I think this team's going to be really special. But until next time, we'll see you on the Hoops Cap, man. We'll see you tomorrow. We're going to do a women's show on their first game, Louisville. It's going to be a good game against the 20th ranked team in the country. Not playing in Germany since the government decided to shut down and can't be on a base, but no one's working. So we will see you guys next time on the Hoops Cap.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.